All right, Colts Nation, there's a roster move we got to talk about before camp gets rolling, and it's worth your attention. The front office added a new piece to a room that already needed some fresh competition, and depending on how this plays out, it could shake up more than a depth chart. Chris Ballard's been finding value in unexpected places for years, and this feels like another one of those calculated bets. If you're riding with the blue and white this season, you already know the drill. Smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and let's break down what happened. The Indianapolis Colts are adding some fresh talent to the receiver room as the front office has officially announced the signing of undrafted free agent Liam Clifford to a contract. Clifford, a 23-year-old product out of Cincinnati, Ohio, brings a wealth of experience to the organization after spending 4 productive years at Penn State. As a former 4-star recruit and the 39th ranked receiver in the 2021 recruiting class, he appeared in 52 games throughout his collegiate career, hauling in 42 passes for 530 yards and 1 touchdown. And I cannot stress this enough, while these numbers might seem modest at first glance, the sheer volume of games he participated in speaks to his durability and professional approach. For us as Indianapolis Colts fans, this news carries a sense of cautious optimism. We have seen our team under the leadership of Chris Ballard consistently look for diamonds in the rough, and witnessing a veteran college player step into our camp creates an immediate curiosity regarding his ability to adapt to the speed of the pro game. The fan base is currently buzzing with questions about how a player with his specific collegiate track record fits into the high-octane offensive scheme currently being implemented by Shane Steichen. Is this merely a depth acquisition meant to bolster our training camp roster? Or is there a genuine plan to carve out a permanent niche for him on this squad? We need to look closely at the current depth chart because how Clifford manages the intense pressure of these upcoming practices remains the most significant variable that will determine his future in Indiana. The most surprising aspect of the Indianapolis Colts signing wide receiver Liam Clifford is that the organization is choosing to double down on experienced collegiate depth despite our already crowded room. This move stems from a calculated desire to bolster our practice squad options with a prospect who logged 52 appearances over 4 years at Penn State. And here's why that's a big deal. Clifford brings a level of durability and institutional maturity that often gets overlooked in the flashier pursuit of high draft picks. During his time at Penn State, he secured 42 passes for 530 yards and 1 touchdown, proving he understands the grind required to survive at the professional level. Historically, our front office under the leadership of Chris Ballard has valued this type of high-character, 4-year contributor to ensure that our internal competition remains sharp throughout the grueling winter months. Behind closed doors, Shane Steichen and his coaching staff are likely looking for players who offer versatility and reliability when injuries inevitably strike the active roster. They are betting that Clifford's history as a 4-star recruit out of Ohio provides a sturdy foundation that can be refined by our system. While the transition from the Big Ten to the professional ranks is never simple, bringing in a player who has already weathered 6 games shows we are prioritizing stability and mental toughness. If you want the latest NFL insider news and rumors, be sure to follow NFL Trade Rumors on X.com and Facebook for breaking updates for all 32 teams. We are counting on these roster moves to sustain our momentum throughout this long campaign. So that is the news itself, but we need to dive into what this acquisition truly signifies for our roster moving forward. This is where it gets real because the addition of Liam Clifford brings a specific pedigree to our wide receiver room that we desperately need to bolster. As Indianapolis Colts fans, we know that Chris Ballard prioritizes high-character players who have spent significant time in competitive environments, and Clifford brings exactly that after his 4 seasons at Penn State. His arrival shifts the immediate depth chart by injecting fresh competition for the bottom of the roster, forcing incumbent reserves to prove their worth during the upcoming training camp sessions. With 52 games of collegiate experience under his belt, Clifford understands the nuances of professional preparation, which is vital for a team looking to maintain consistency during long stretches of the season. This move matters because our success in critical upcoming matchups hinges on our ability to utilize depth players who can step up when our primary targets are facing intense coverage. As we look at the standings, this calculated gamble strengthens our position against division rivals like the Tennessee Titans. ensuring our coaching staff has more tactical flexibility to work with as we chase a playoff berth. We are building a deeper, more resilient team capable of enduring the physical toll of a full schedule, and providing Shane Steichen with more reliable options on the perimeter is a smart, measured step toward that goal. Carly Ursay-Gordon continues to support a vision of sustained growth. And these foundational roster moves are exactly what keep us in the hunt as the season progresses. The Indianapolis Colts have made an intriguing move by signing undrafted free agent receiver Liam Clifford, a former four-star recruit who brings 4 years of Big Ten experience to our roster. The upside here is clear because Clifford spent his entire collegiate tenure in a high-pressure environment, appearing in 52 games and proving he possesses the durability and discipline required to survive an NFL training camp. What makes this even bigger is his pedigree as a former top-ranked prospect, which suggests that his raw talent might be ready to bloom with the right professional coaching staff. However, we must be realistic about the downside, as his production of 42 receptions for 530 yards and a single touchdown across 4 seasons is admittedly modest for an NFL hopeful. While some analysts argue that his limited output indicates a lack of playmaking ability, others suggest that his role at Penn State simply prioritized blocking and consistency over flashy statistics. Looking at how teams like the Buffalo Bills or the Tennessee Titans approach late-cycle signings, it is common to see these developmental projects compete alongside fellow undrafted prospects or practice squad veterans. Here is where I land on this. While the prospect of adding a 23-year-old with his background is exciting for our depth, it is likely overblown to expect immediate contributions in a crowded receiving room. I am cautiously optimistic, but I believe we should manage our expectations until we see how he translates his collegiate experience to the speed of our system. Make sure to follow NFL Trade Rumors on X.com and Facebook for all the latest updates on this developing situation. When we combine this latest personnel addition with our long-term team trajectory, a very clear picture emerges regarding the organizational philosophy under Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard. Signing Liam Clifford, a former 4-star recruit who logged 52 games at Penn State with 42 catches for 530 yards and 1 touchdown, shows we are prioritizing consistent, battle-tested depth to round out our roster. Here's the thing nobody wants to say. While undrafted free agents are often viewed as long shots, our front office has a proven track record of finding hidden value in players who possess high football IQ and steady reliability. As Indianapolis Colts fans, we should feel optimistic because this move reflects a calculated approach to building a competitive foundation, ensuring that every position group has hungry athletes ready to contribute during the grueling grind of a full season. We are looking for high-character workers who have spent years in major college programs, and Clifford certainly fits that profile as we look toward the future. This move is not about instant stardom, but rather securing the kind of dependable talent that creates healthy competition in the wide receiver room throughout our upcoming training camps. It suggests we are doubling down on stability and sustained growth over the next several seasons. Do you believe Liam Clifford has the technical skill set to earn a permanent spot on the active 53-man roster this year? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. For the shoe, I'll see you in the next one.